Hey guys, well, we're about to start the baby grind for the Puerto Rico. I hope my recent video has helped you to plan out what that grind's going to look like for you as an individual person. Probably the first time you ever thought you'd have to do that for a video game. But, hey, them's the breaks. So today I wanted to share with you guys the Gorizia, and I'm going to show you the armor profile, talk a little bit about the cruiser, and then I'm going to show you a game. It's a co-op game, but one that I feel like highlights the different strengths and weaknesses of the ship quite well. So first and foremost, here she is, your Gorizia. Exciting, huh? Yeah. The key thing about her versus the Zara at tier 7 is the lack of torpedoes. What does she have in response to that? She has Hydro. In reality, this is a terrible trade, which means I would never, ever, ever recommend grinding Gorizia in random battles. Co-op is just fine. Scenario battles are fine. She's great in RI if you're able to go after the transports. And why is that? It's because of this ammo type right here, the SAP semi-armor piercing shells. These are amazing against low armored targets. So like the transports in Narai, or pretty much any destroyer you find in the game. As well as the new light destroyer-ish cruisers, such as the Smolensk and the Colbert, and of course Minotaur and the British light cruiser line. SAP is pretty good against them. She does have AP shells, and they're quite good shells. The only thing that she struggles with is getting into position to use those shells. So, SAP against destroyers makes perfect sense, but when you're up against a battleship or a cruiser, it's really hard to do a lot of damage against battleships, especially with SAP, unless you specifically arm for the weaker armed parts of the ship, like the superstructure. The same goes for cruisers as well. If you can get on the side, AP is great, but it's getting to the side that's the real problem and the real challenge. Now, let's talk a little bit about armor plating. It's really nothing too special when it comes to cruisers. Note the 150mm Citadel belt here. It's a pretty decent belt. And because it's 150mm, if you're angling properly, you actually can bounce battleship AP shells, which is quite fun. The upper armor belt at 30mm allows you to bounce some battleship shells, again properly angled, but it's a real challenge because you want to try to bait them to shoot your midsection instead of the bow. Why? Because if the bow goes away, look at what you have right in front of you here. You've got these basically flat boxes, although they kind of curve a little bit, which is kind of weird, but basically flat boxes that you have to deal with that protects your citadel, and that's about it. So you have to be really, really careful with that. If I pull this away, you can see that plunging fire also is a serious threat to the ship, especially so from long range distances and stuff like that. So if you're running from a battleship or whatnot, and the battleship's got a shot on you like this, the shells can just go right through your citadel, and you take a lot of damage. So again, that's why I do not recommend her for random battle grinding. Co-op battle, fine. Narai, perfectly fine, assuming you get the transports. Other than that, whatever. I've got Luigi on here, and Luigi adds a little bit of spice, especially the ability to change ammo selection quite easily. And the added range is nice, but I don't know. I don't really care much for it. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So with that being said, guys, I think it's time to take you into a game. This will be a little bit on the brief side of things, but, bear with me as I load the game, and we get into it. Come on, game. Prepare none failed. What the heck does that mean? Thank you, game. It is now loading. Yay. I do like the way that they've changed around this starting section of the game to get logged in and stuff. It is nice. It does feel like it still takes a a wee bit of time to get in, especially when you've got just about every ship in the game in your port. So there's that, of course. Hey, that's funny. As I'm looking at my Discord right now, I just got a message from Harley Quinn, who had a really good... Is this a random? This is a random game in the Gorizia. Wow, 6 kills, 3 citadels. Maybe I should just play that one. Tell you what, we'll take a look at that one after this. Why not? Why not? Alright, I'm gonna download that, and let's go. So, again, this is co-op. And in co-op, apologize for the audio, by the way. I'm using the Ace Combat 4 voice mod because I wanted something different after hearing Jingle so many times in ranked battles. So anyway, nice thing about the ship is you've got the ability to smoke up when you get detected and basically make inky. You're going to see me do that right here. And when I do that, you can see that I'm still going full speed. And one thing that's kind of nice about this is true for all Italian cruisers, is it gives you the ability to maneuver into places and out of places. Remember how earlier I said it's difficult to aim for broadsides of cruisers because you have to get to their broadside? Stay tuned. Here's a shell shot coming on the Gnevny right now, and you can see 3 bounces. So you can even bounce against destroyers if they're bow into you, which is a real frustration. You also notice that I'm detected because I am within 8.3 kilometer, which is the penalty for firing in smoke. Enemy radar. Which is, in my opinion, a very punishing penalty. It's probably way too high, but it is what it is. So in this, I'm actually grinding hits because of the mission for Gorizia for the free tier 6 ships. So I figured, I don't really care if the shells bounce because it counts as a hit, so why not? So again, very lucky right here. If I'm in a random battle, right now I'm being focused because look at the broadside I'm giving to that Amagi right there and all the other cruisers even. But you know, this is co-op, and what do bots go for? They go for the lowest health target, which happens to be this dude right here. Yes. Poor guy. And then they'll go for the next low health target and stuff like that. So you can kind of abuse things a little bit in co-op, which is, again, why I think Gorizia is so powerful in co-op. Now, I see that Königsberg is turning to me. I wait for my SAP to load, and then I swap because Luigi gives me that 75% bonus, get some shells off, and I'm looking at this dispersion and I'm like, oh, beautiful. No citadels, 6 overpens, sadness. So anyway, more just kind of chilling, hanging around, not doing too much here, hoping that my team doesn't kill everything before my shells get to the target, and failing miserably in the process. Oh well. And here's where things get a little bit fun. I'm going to speed things up just a little bit because, you know, boring. But here's the Giulio Cesare that's firing at me. And watch where the shells hit. I turned into the shells, and they actually looked like they kind of bounced over me. So that AI overled things just a little bit. Still, I'm not feeling quite confident against a Giulio Cesare there, so I'm hoping that my team can do something about it. Note, at this point, I should probably have switched to AP because I am broadside to the Giulio, but I noticed that I'm also 5 seconds away from my smoke penalty going away. This is a stupid decision on my part, going broadside like that, but you can see I didn't take any damage, so yay. Here comes the fun part. Giulio dies. I was ready for a shot on him. He went away, so I went for the Amalfi instead. Amalfi comes out broadside to me. And notice how the smoke enabled me to get into that range and then just get the blap on him at 3 citadels. That is what's so nice about this ship and this setup. Here we go. Next round. Boing.
Be careful. Enemy radar. Invincible fleet's gonna be destroyed.
Ah, I love Ace Combat.
Break missile.
And Königsberg showing broadside. Rip. Double citadel. See what I mean about the AP being incredibly strong? The key is you have to get into position to use them. That's the hard part. Most people that play cruisers, they sit in the back line, that sort of thing. you're gonna have to use islands, you're gonna have to use the smoke, do everything you can to get yourself into that position. I figured he probably torped. Yep, there you go. Silly AI, so predictable. So let's turn the other way. I also turned this way because I figured, well, the Amagi's here. That's going to be a problem. Amagi pulls out, and I'm thinking, I am toast. I'm the lowest health target near him. And, yeah, that's a problem. But watch this, watch this, watch this. Haha. Trying to bait that shot on the center. Aimed a little high again. I've got AP loaded because I wanted to see what I can do against the Amagi with AP loaded. You can see that I'm actually penetrating his armor belt. I'm not getting into the Citadel, unfortunately. But, still doing okay. And you can see my teammates are cheering me along, which is always nice. I'm turning in here because I know his next shots are coming from the shells. Here they come. Watch. Doink. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. I got him right on that 150mm armor belt. You have to be careful if you over-rotate, like right here. This is dumb. Really dumb, but it didn't cost me my ship that time. Again, co-op. LOL.
Sky Eye here. Mission complete. Head back to base.
Mission complete. Head back to base. All right. And just the heck of it, let's take a look at somebody else playing this ship. And again, this is Black Label Quinn, otherwise known as Harley Quinn, leader of Clan Squad, and just covered her yesterday with Shipstorm Tournament. A lot of fun, and I'm curious to see what this replay is all about. Like I said, I literally just received this replay. It's quite fortuitous. It's almost like she knew that I was going to be doing this. So here she is in a random battle. Again, remember I said I don't recommend, so we'll see what happens. And she is divisioned up with a Sims. That's a very powerful combination. Anytime that you're in an Italian cruiser, it really benefits you to have a division mate in a destroyer, somebody that you can trust, that you can work with on voice comms and that sort of thing. Why? You need the destroyer to spot things. That's all the destroyer needs to do. Spot things, you hit with SAP, they die. That's about it.
Stay focused on what's at hand.
Sky Eye coming in with a little bit of a, you know, trying to set the tone, I guess. Thanks, Sky Eye. Hope they can update that mod and add Okaniba in and some of the other fun voice acting talents that we had in Ace Combat. While we have a second, what's your favorite Ace Combat game if you've played it? Personally, probably Ace Combat 5. I love the story. I just thought it was great. It was fun. Rip Chopper. But, you know, there was Ace Combat 6 on Xbox 360. The graphics were kind of nice. Ace Combat 0, the Belkin War, was kind of fun.
Now I've seen them with my own eyes.
My first experience was Ace Combat 4. That was nice. Alright, so this is very dangerous. Harley is heading towards what I like to call FU Island, which is basically this big island right here. It's very hard to dig out a cruiser once they're really well entrenched there. Good use of reinforcement. Shot down one plane. These are tier 6 planes up against Harley here with tier 7. That's not so bad. You know, I should probably ask Harley for permission to do this. Cool. Alright. Now I've asked for permission. Stupid Yoshi! Yoshi! Now, important to note, something obviously is in the center. Whoa, lots of targets over there. That carrier, by the way, SAP is pretty good against the low-tier carriers because they don't have that much in the way of armor. Oh, hello, Kamiar. You made a mistake, sir. And 4k damage to a Kamiar. That will be enough to make him stop and think for a little bit. Now, of course, Harley spotted, so probably a good time to think about Hydro. Reading my mind. Look at that.
Keep your eyes on the radar.
Looks like she's using perma camo and not using any of Oh, nope, nope. Couple of the special economic flags. Okay. Interesting decision. I would probably use the engine one. What's it called? Sear Mike. That would be helpful. Get me moving a little bit quicker. Now, against battleships, I'm going to pause for a second because Harley's actually aiming a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit too low. I missed it. I'll try to catch it again next time. But when you shoot at battleships, you want to aim for that superstructure. So this is where you typically aim for HE shells, right? Because you're going to hit the upper part of the deck here. Best chance to light fires, all that good stuff. But when you're up against a battleship where this is all armor and your SAP is not going to pen it, it's just going to shatter, you're actually better off hiking that aim up just a little bit. So you want to aim, you want to just kind of mentally add one additional, like, see here you got like 1 deck, 2 deck, 3 deck. You want to aim like here. So you want to aim like right about there. Watch your shells. Let's see what they do. Of course, dispersion helps. 3 penetrations and 1 non-penetration. Not bad. As the Kami-R gets a kill. And see there, 2 bounces and 1 pen. This is a very precarious position to put yourself in there, Harley. Might be a good idea to make Inky and run, personally. And that's what's cool about these cruisers is, in this situation, I wouldn't shoot. I would literally make Inky hit the smoke, and then just sail away. Also, priority target, very important. She's not running it, and, oof. Ow. Even with HE loaded, that New Mexico hurts. I would not have DCP'd there. You've got that new Mex that is obviously gunning for you. That's a... Whoa. Kami-R gets another kill. Jeez. In any case, the smoke enables you to maneuver a little bit. Nobody's within your range of detection, so that helps quite a bit. And you managed to take down the New Mexico. Nice. Harley deciding that that's enough time over there. Do I have a hydro thing? Here, boom. Gotta have that up there. So, interesting to note that Gorizia over here is being detected, or was detected by hydro, but is choosing not to use hydro to detect Harley. That could have been a real big problem. And you can see now she's obviously communicating with her division mate, who is saying, hey, we've got the Sims up here, we need to get rid of the Sims. And Harley's like, I got just the thing for that. The question is, can she get in position to use it? There's also a Sims Black that was last seen in the area, too. So Harley's choosing to turn in hard on this torp.
Missile warning.
You could do that. Personally, I would have kept my turn a little bit less steep there, but that's okay. And
Fox 2.
a little bit of scrolly stuff here, but it is what it is. You can use the shift key to snap in and out. It's a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can be disorienting. I know when I first learned the game, I was a scroller myself. Alright, do you have a shot on that Sims? Yes, you do. Okay, see, then you're zooming in and now trying to look.
Fox 2.
Takes a little bit of extra time to do that. But it looks like you're going to actually cap the center. Quite impressive. Down 2 ships, however. Oh, that Kami-R is a real problem. I'd probably be asking the carrier at this point, like, dude, can we stop this Kami-R from, like, just clubbing everybody, please? Turn is an interesting decision like this. But maybe you're thinking, oh, well. Hello, Ranger.
Fox 2.
Harley's like, don't mind if I do. And a little bit behind. Yeah, a little bit behind. A little bit more forward there. Ranger is actually pretty darn fast if it's up to max speed. Now you are heading towards where the Sims... Ah, see, you're reading my mind here. Love it. And look at that damage. 6 grand, 4 pens, and 1 ricochet. Again, weak side armor in that carrier. Could be using AP. Not sure if it would have enough pen at this point. But it's a broadside ranger, so, you know, that's always tasty. Or you can just HE Citadel or SAP Citadel 3 times right there in the kisser. Priority sector on those pesky planes. Carrier obviously trying to get your teammate out of the battle.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
Interesting that the Sims Black is running away, leaving that carrier kind of alone. The other Sims is farther south, so... What are your threats right now? The Iron Duke isn't too much of a problem, because he's obviously entertaining a lot of your team over there. And you've got that Furutaka that can be a real problem, though. So I'd be looking for that Furu. Aw, you didn't get the kill on the Ranger. Sadness. Oh, there's the Furutaka. And Iron Duke gets a close quarters expert. Wow. Harley making Inky now. Now here, you can choose now to turn left and get closer to the Furutaka, or turn right and go away. I personally would turn left. I would close the distance with that Furutaka, load AP, come out of that smoke, guns blazing right into his Citadel, because he would not be suspecting that one bit. Again, one of the strengths of this cruiser. And the whole Italian cruiser line. Very tough to pull off, though. Alright, yawn, we're bored. Forgot to
Be careful, enemy radar.
boost your anti-air. Oh, and there goes your div mate. Rip.
9 o'clock.
Mobius 1, incoming missile!
Uh-oh, you've got a Gorizia in front of you. This'll be fun. And it's low health, too. And he's going broadside. And he's got AP loaded. Don't show broadside. You're going broadside. Don't show broadside. That's why you don't show broadside. Keep guns on. Keep guns on. Forget everything else. You gotta kill this dude.
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
I would slow down now. Use speed hacks.
Mobius 1 shot down a target.
Good job, Mobius 1. And Yoshi! He's gonna die pretty soon. That Nagato is gonna be a problem, though. One pen for no damage. Rip.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Oh yeah, you still have that Kamiar somewhere, too, that's hunting you. Well, probably hunting the Colorado at this point, is my guess.
Cruiser Kolga sunk.
Or could be hunting the carrier. That's a distinct possibility as well. Carrier obviously wants you down. They're going to try to farm you. You've already shot down 7 of their planes. Gorizia have torps? Nope. Slow down, turn in. Typical evasion maneuvering. Just don't beat yourself.
12 o'clock.
Mobius 1, deflect!
Nice. Managed to close the distance, use that island. Oh, there's the Sims. And there's the Kamiar. Oh boy. Get your guns ready to go. Pop your Hydro. Keep that detect on the Kamiar. Scope in. Fire!
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Nice.
Check 6.
Mobius 1, missile! Missile!
Note, if you would have slowed down, you could have also dodged the torps without putting you in line of fire from the Nagato. As you can see, that Nagato is coming around and can kind of hurt you. Inky might be a good idea here.
Trailing smoke.
At the very least, you can farm some base decaps. That's some good XP out of the deal. There you go. And note, her aiming now is a little bit higher. Again, she's aiming, unfortunately, right at the deck. You want to aim for here. So, yeah, just a tick up. bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher.
Box 2.
Oh well. Not bad, actually. 1 shatter and 1 ricochet. Your shots hit in the rear part of the back here, so that's a lot weaker, so not bad. Good,
Be
good.
careful, enemy radar.
Keep it up. You don't have... There's no reason to go back behind this island right now. You can use the island and shoot over it, actually. That's okay. And Harley's not about to leave her teammate behind. Oh, big hit there by the Colorado. That was a nice hit. And... Oh, nope, 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 nope. See? And... You gotta turn, dodge. Just dodge. You just dodged. Alright, so now you've got your Kraken. That's good. You're about to cap the epicenter, assuming that, yeah, you'll be fine. Now, you just have to, like, not die to the Sims, that's all.
I see flames.
And Harley has given me permission. Thank you, Harley. Look at that. This is why having spots on the destroyer is so helpful, and why SAP can be extremely powerful.
I see flames.
Luck shot into the smoke, and... No. Fortunately for you, that Sims is using skill shells. Most of the damage is just being bounced off. Guns are ready. I don't know if I would have fired in that situation. You know where he is, though. Moved up to the front of the smoke. There's the other torps. And he's continuing to fire as you close. If you're lucky, he'll fire while too close to you. You got planes coming in. Got to get ready for your anti-air. And there's the Sims running away. Ding, fries are done. And that's probably gonna do it for this this game. I mean, unless the carrier can kill you. Nope. Brilliant play by your carrier, your teammate carrier. Make sure you compliment that player for popping a catapult or a summon fighter right above you. That just saved your bacon. And now what you can do is you can actually sail into the smoke. See? You can move into this. Oh. Low health carrier. Come on. You got 7 seconds. Will it make it? Probably not.
Mission is complete.
Still, quite a good game. Guys, what do you think of the Gorizia after seeing these 2 games? One in the co-op, one in the other. Again, I still don't recommend it for co-op, or sorry, for random battles. I think co-op and scenario are the best, but you know, your mileage may vary. So, thanks, guys. Hope this helps you making your decision if you want to purchase the Gorizia for the easy directive grinding, or if you would rather grind the directives and get Gorizia for free after Directive 3. Completely up to you, but at least now you kind of have an idea of what you're up against. Take care, guys. See you later.